Hello and welcome to Career Launcher. Through this set of videos, we'll be taking you through the most important types of questions or types of sets that you should be aware of in DILR to be able to ace GAT 2021. For that, we have taken into account the past few years' papers and saw what kind of questions are possibly very important types of questions which will question your logic, and what kind of questions are there in the exam that people will probably not solve, but if you attempt so this kind of questions, you will be able to get easy marks out of these kind of sets. So in each video, we will be solving one particular set. For this particular video, I have picked a set from the topic set theory or Venn diagrams, you can call it. And this is a set which is very similar to the one that appeared in the slot 1 of CAT 2020. And this is also a set that is taken from Career Launcher's CAT Mock 2021 Mock 6, right? Not only will I discuss the solution for this, I will also discuss when to leave this question, when to approach this question, what is the decision-making criteria, when do I decide whether or not to leave the question or solve the question, is what also I am going to discuss through this series of videos. So this is the set in front of us. As I told you, this is a set in Mock CAT 6 of Career Launcher. And this is a set very similar to what happened in CAT 2020 slot 1. So in the SAI athletic trials, 800 athletes were selected for 4 types of events: running, jumping, throwing, and walking. These athletes were first randomly assigned into 2 groups of equal size. Okay, these people were assigned into 2 groups of equal size. So 800 are 2 groups of equal size, that is 400 and 400, called Group A and Group B. Athletes in Group B did not participate in any of the sporting events. Okay, athletes in Group B are a waste of time for this. Instead, they trained for the next year's events. Okay, random information. The following 6 points of information is relevant to athletes of Group A. So we are probably going to deal with only athletes of Group A, and Group B is irrelevant. If you noticed what I did, in the first 30-40 seconds that I read this paragraph, I got an idea of, okay, it was 800 people, it got reduced to 400 people, and we are going to work on these 400 people. 400 is not a huge number in the first place. And I could only read the first paragraph in 30 to 40 seconds. And I think that is a good pace at which you can really go forward and do it. The next thing I evaluate when I look at the set is look at the complexity or the number of points that are below and the nature of points that are below. The nature of points here, point 1 says 200 athletes participated in something, 168 athletes in something else. Then there are numbers in every point: 20, 60, 18, 8, 16, 24, 16, 28, 80, 32, 16, 40, 60, participated in all 4 types of event, exactly 1 type of event. So this is telling us that this is probably a set that is based on drawing a Venn diagram of 4 sets, because we have 4 events here, but 4 activities here. Also, this doesn't seem to me like it is very complicated or complex in the sense of solving it, because every point is giving us the number of athletes that are participating in some kind of events and not participating in some other kind of events. So that is very clear. So I just took a look at the 6 points. Now the number of points that are following, the setup, this first paragraph is what I call the setup. This is the data given for us to be able to solve the question. The number of points that are following the setup are only 6. Typically, my selection criteria is that if there are number of points is less than or equal to 8, number of points in a particular set is less than or equal to 8, I typically go ahead and try and solve that set, or at least try and put that into a matrix or a table, so that I will be able to solve the questions. Now, why do I decide it? Because if there are more than 8 points, 9 points, 10 points, please understand, to read every point and to understand what the point is saying and then to put it in our table or matrix itself, it is going to take at least 1 minute for each point. So that itself means that if there are more than 10 points or more than 8 points, I will probably end up solving the set correct, but I will not be able to solve the set within say 10 to 12 minutes of the stipulated time that I think that I should give to each of the sets, right? Now this number of data points is 6, which is well within my reach. Okay, another positive. Setup, I could understand. I understood the setup. I am familiar with this. This is the first thing I look at. Second, the data points. Number of data points is only 6. That falls in my radar. Okay, this is also a good go. The third and most important thing you need to look at is the number of questions following and what is the nature of questions following. So the questions are here on the right hand side. How many athletes participated in jumping and walking only? This is a fixed answer question. How many athletes participated in jumping? Again, a fixed answer question. Number of athletes participating in jumping, throwing and walking but not running. Fixed answer question. The number of athletes who participated in walking was fixed answer question. Now I do a very quick calculation and try to understand. See, the questions are very fixed answer questions. There are no cases being formed. There are no questions that start with if, right? So the idea that I have that will help me solve the question or to make the decision whether or not I have to solve the question is that number one, it is familiar. Go ahead. It is radar. It is for number of data points is inside your capacity. Go ahead. All the questions are fixed answer types. Now this is where I have to calculate roughly. What is the time I'm going to take to solve the question. Now there are, because 6 points and there will probably be a couple of equations or 3-4 equations, whatever it is. And it is telling me that I will be able to find all of these answers pakka if I form the entire grid or the matrix or the set diagram or the Venn diagram. My calculation is I took 1.5 minutes to analyze the set. 1 to 1.5 minutes to analyze the set, or even say 2 minutes. For 6 points, I will take 6 to 7 minutes to put it in the paper. If there are 2 or 3 equations, I'll take another 1 to 2 minutes. So that is 2 plus 6, 8 plus 2, 10 minutes of solving the set. Right from starting with the setup and deciding whether or not I want to solve the set and solving the entire set, getting the basic idea and solving the entire set. My calculation says that I will be able to solve the set in 10 minutes. It is a go. It is a go ahead for me. Right? Let us discuss a scenario where people should leave the set. People should leave this set, this kind of a set, and people have left it in CAT 2020 slot 1, this kind of a set. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you will also leave it in mock CAT 6 when you look at it, because set theory itself makes a lot of people uncomfortable. But in set theory, there are 2 types of questions. Broadly speaking, there are 2 types of questions. One in which you have to draw the Venn diagram. You have to draw the Venn diagram and get to the answer by solving the Venn diagram. 2, in which the question is of maximization and minimization. In maximization and minimization, there are cases possible. There are cases possible and can be easily done using token distribution. Right? Some of you may be good at Venn diagrams. Some of you may be good at token distributions. You have to choose whether this particular set falls in your familiarity matrix. If the particular set falls in a familiarity matrix, then you should probably go ahead and solve it. The other reason why you should not solve it is if you don't know how to draw a Venn diagram of 4 sets. So I'm going to show you how to go about drawing the Venn diagram of 4 sets. Broadly, this is what the Venn diagram of 4 sets will look like. So if I name it running, what are the 4 events? Running, jumping, throwing, and walking. Jumping, throwing, and walking. Basically, it is pretty easy to draw. First, draw the 3x3 square matrix that is there. Then draw the 4 curves that are there, and you're going to be able to draw the Venn diagram for 4 sets. So I have written down running, jumping, throwing, and walking. Now let us look at individually the Venn diagram of running. Running, number of people who are going to participate in running everything that is inside this green colored Venn diagram is running. Similarly, everything that is inside this dark blue color Venn diagram is jumping. Similarly, you can draw a Venn diagram for throwing and you can see what the Venn diagram for walking is. Now it is time to understand that there are 15 areas in this. I'll name them A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, and O. Right? Now in my diagram, A, B, C, and D, for example, A represents only running, B represents only jumping. So A, B, C, and D, these are areas that represent exactly one activity. Right? E, F, G, H, I, and J. Look at E. E is a part of only the Venn diagram of the green one and the blue one. It is a part of only running and jumping and not a part of throwing or walking. So this is the areas E, F, G, H, I, J. For example, G is a part of running and throwing, but it is not a part of jumping, not a part of walking. So these 6 areas, E, F, G, H, I, J, represent exactly 2 of the sports, exactly 2 of the sets. K, L, M, and N. Look at this K. K is a part of running, K is a part of jumping, K is a part of throwing, but not walking. It is a part of exactly 3. K, L, M, and N are exactly correspond to people who participate in exactly 3 of the sports. And O, this area, is a part of all 4. So if you know the basics of how to look at this Venn diagram and how to draw this Venn diagram, then this question probably is a no-brainer and you can easily solve the question. You can easily solve the question within 10 minutes. Now let us try and solve the question. Okay, so as I told you, I am going to name them the 4 diagrams as running, jumping, throwing, and walking. Now let us put down the points that are there. What is one essential point that we already know? We know that only 400 people are going to be a part of this entire Venn diagram. 400 people are going to be a part of this entire Venn diagram. A total of 200 athletes participated in running, 168 participated in throwing. 200 athletes in running in all. 168 participated in throwing in all. I have used consume point 1. Let's look at point 2. 20 athletes participated in running only. Okay, excellent. Running only is this area, 20. 16 athletes participated in throwing only. 16 participated in throwing only. 8 athletes participated in walking only. 8 athletes participated in walking only. Only walking, no other activity or no other sport. Number 3, 28 athletes participated in running and walking only. 28 participated in running and walking only. Running and walking only. This is the area that I am talking about. 16 athletes participated in running and jumping only. Running and jumping only. 16 of them. 24 athletes participated in running and throwing only. Running and throwing only. 24. Running and throwing only. 24. 16 participated in throwing and walking only. Throwing and walking only is 16 people. Okay. So we have consumed point 3 totally. Point 4. 80 athletes participated in exactly 3 types of sporting events. What does this mean? Exactly 3. We know that these 4 areas K, L, M, and N represent exactly 3. 80 athletes participated in exactly 3 types of sporting events. We don't know what 3 exactly, but we know that these are people participating in 3 out of 4. So K plus L plus M plus N is going to be 80, right? We have noted down one equation. Let's look at point 5. 32 athletes participated in running, jumping, and throwing, but not walking. running, jumping, and throwing, but not walking. We are talking about K. 16 athletes participated in running, throwing, and walking, but not in jumping. Running, throwing, walking, not in jumping. We are talking about this area, L, corresponds to 16 people. Point 6, 40 athletes participated in all 4 events. 40 athletes participated in all 4. This is the area that represents all 4. 60 athletes participated in exactly one type of event. What does this point mean? Exactly one type of event. A, B, C, and D. These 4 will add up to 60. If A plus B plus C plus D is equal to 60, we already know the value of A, C, and D. 20, 8, and 16. 20 plus 24 is 44. That will give us B to be equal to 16. So this number of people participating in only jumping, for number of people participating in only jumping is 16, and that we have found it, right? Now we have exhausted all the points. We have hardly used 6 to 7 minutes of our time. We have exhausted all the points, and all we have is one more equation. K plus L plus M plus N is 80. Now that you have put down everything that you could put down from the data point into your matrix, now try and understand what are the areas that are vacant, or what are the areas that are remaining khali, abhi, right? The areas that are remaining khali is, this is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. These are the 4 areas that are vacant. Now we have to use our knowledge of whatever we know till now to be able to solve the entire set. Running, 200 people are a part of the entire running matrix, entire running diagram. So everyone inside this diagram of running, all the numbers inside the diagram of running should add up to 200. So let us take a look at what do they add up to, barring, and you know, there is only this area, this 4th area, that is unknown within the area of running, within the diagram of running. So let us take a look at this. 40, 32 plus 28 is 60, 100 plus 40, 140 plus 36, 176. That will give us this area is equal to 24. That will give us this area is equal to 24. So our M in the diagram is 24. We know K plus L plus M plus N is 80. K we know, L we know, M we know. Can we find N? Yes. 32, 16, 48 plus 24, 72. N must be equal to 8. N must be equal to 8. So this is what we have found out. This 8 is what we have found out. What are we left with? What else are we left with? We are left with this 2 areas, area 1 and area 3. Pay attention to area 1. We know that the total number of people participating in throwing has to be 168. Total number of people participating in throwing has to be 168. So add everything and equate it to 168. There is only one area that is unknown. 24 plus 16 is 40, plus 40, 80, plus 32 plus 8 is another 40, 120, plus 16 plus 16, 152. That will give us this area to be equal to 16. Now we have only one area left in the entire Venn diagram out of the 15 areas. That is people who are participating in only jumping and walking. I think that is one of the questions. That is the last thing we are going to find here. We know that the total number of people in the Venn diagram must be 400. And we know that the number of people inside the Venn diagram of running must be 200. So everyone barring running, out of 400, 200 people are in the matrix of running. Everyone else, all other numbers should add up to 200. So if we look at only the other numbers, 16 plus 16 plus 16 plus 16, 8. This is 16 fours are 64 plus another 16. This is 16 fives are 80. That means this area has to be equal to 120 people. And bingo, we have got everything that we need to be able to solve any question that follows. Now let's take a quick look at the questions. How many athletes participated in jumping and walking only? How many athletes participated in jumping and walking only? Jumping and walking only. That is this 120. So the answer to the first question is 120. How many athletes participated in jumping? The total number of people inside the matrix of jumping. Total number of people inside the matrix of jumping. We know outside the matrix of jumping there are 20, 24 plus 16. This is 60 plus 28, 88 plus 16 plus 16, 128 people outside jumping. That means 272 people have to be inside the matrix of jumping. Option 2. Question 3. Number of athletes who participated in jumping, throwing and walking but not running. Jumping, throwing and walking but not running is 8 people. 8 people. Number of athletes who participated in walking was how much? Similar to how we found out for jumping. Number of athletes participated in walking. We will just add everyone else who is outside. We will just add everyone else who is outside, right? 20 plus 24 plus 16 is 60. 60 plus 32 plus 16. 60 plus 48. 108 plus 16. 124 plus 16. 140. 140 people are outside the matrix of walking. 260 people must be inside the matrix of walking. So this is the set for all of you. As I told you, this is a set similar to CAT 2020 slot 1. This also appeared in Career Launcher's mock CAT 6 for CAT 2021. Those of you who have not taken it, please go and attempt the sets, and please try and solve these sets all by yourself. What we will be doing is that we will be releasing one video in every 2 or 3 days, so that it will help as an additional practice source for you people. Please do share your feedback in the comment section. Also, please do share what kind of questions or what kind of other videos do you want us to make? What kind of other academic related videos do you want us to make? And if you like the video, please like it and share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.